nation, for any city, for any village, expansion, progress, and inclusivity are undoubtedly amongst the most important aspects of development. What is easily overlooked is the need for proper planning, both in urban and rural areas. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, however, has always maintained a penchant for proper planning and mission mode type execution. In fact, throughout his tenure as Gujarat Chief Minister, he has always advocated for development, but never at the cost of the environment. One such example of planning is reflected here at the new sewage treatment plant in Ramanna, Varanasi. Let's take a look at the cleanliness model that has continued to be a priority for Narendra Modi, first as the Chief Minister of Gujarat and then as our Prime Minister. To begin, let me paint you a picture. Varanasi, the city that has for millennia remained for millions a center for nirvana, and that too on a civilizational level. A bastion of the many-hued Indian culture, Kashi therefore witnesses millions of visitors and thousands that want to settle here. With this influx comes the problem of waste, and that is where planning and foresight can play a huge part.
The Amrit Yojana aims to connect 50,000 households with sewage system at a cost of over rupees 150 crores. Today, we are at the Ramna sewage treatment plant, the foundation for which was laid in 2017 by Prime Minister Narendra Modi under the Namami Gange project. There are two more sewage treatment plants at Dinapur and at Goithahan. The STP formed the most important link to ensure that untreated sewage does not pollute the Ganga river.
To efficiently manage this problem, Varanasi has undertaken a massive developmental drive to upgrade its wastewater treatment capacity. As per some reports, the massive drive will take the city's sewage treatment capacity to over 400 million litres per day. And that will be with the over 300 MLD added in the recent years. More recently, sewage lines and automated pumping stations have been set up across the city. These are connected to state-of-the-art STPs. In 2018, 3 sewage infrastructure projects worth Rs 425.41 crore were inaugurated, and the foundation stone for the Ramanna project was also laid. I don't think we need help guessing who the Member of Parliament from Varanasi is. But is this a new trend? Or is it another milestone on a much longer journey? It seems to be the latter when we look at the achievements of the then Chief Minister Narendra Modi-led government in Gujarat. Here are some headlines to jog your memory. A sewage and water treatment facility near Rajkot, 2009. Here's a similar one from 2003, that's almost 20 years ago, the Chief Minister inaugurating an STP. But that's not the only reason why this is important. If you look closely, you'll see that the report mentions an inbuilt activated sludge processor that can generate biogas and eventually electricity. Again, you may wonder why that is important. It is because it is the quintessential example of planning, vision, and development. This article from 2013 proves me right, doesn't it? But of course, when we talk of Narendra Modi, there is always so much more that meets the eye. In 2002, within a year of his election to public office, Chief Minister Modi launched the Nirmal Gujarat Swachhta Hi Seva, a scheme to eradicate manual scavenging and open defecation. Financial assistance was provided to households to build toilets. Within a few years, this had transformed to the Nirmal Gram Yojana, where entire villages were incentivized for maintaining cleanliness. Today, it's been 20 years since Narendra Modi was first elected, 13 as Gujarat Chief Minister and 7 years as our Prime Minister. Today, 100% of India's villages now have sanitation coverage. This number stood at just 38.7% in 2014. Around 97% of our cities have also declared themselves free of open defecation. The massive feat could not have been possible without the Swachh Bharat mission, which was launched by Prime Minister Modi in 2014 on October 2nd and as a befitting tribute to Mahatma Gandhi. In fact, one of Prime Minister Modi's favorite bhajan is Vaishnav Janato Tene Kahiye, which also happens to be Gandhiji's favorite. Some sources also suggest that when it comes to a statesman and society's cultural model, Prime Minister Modi thinks of Mahatma Gandhi. And even as the Chief Minister, Narendra Modi often visited Gandhiji's ashram on October 2nd and attended prayer meetings, paying his tributes to both Mahatma Gandhi and Lal Bahadur Shastri, a tradition he honors and follows to this day. In fact, the Prime Minister has played an important role in reviving global respect for Mahatma Gandhi, be it unveiling Gandhiji's statue in Brisbane, Australia in 2014. The international celebrations of the 150th Gandhi Jayanti under the Bapu at 150 program, including the Gandhi Solar Park at the United Nations headquarters or taking world leaders to the ashram in Gujarat. Prime Minister Modi is also known for reviving Khadi by specially making a Khadi purchase from local vendors on Gandhi Jayanti and encouraging the entire country to do the same as a tribute to the Mahatma.
युवा पीढ़ी में खादी का आकर्षण बढ़ गया है, खादी की बिक्री बढ़ी है और उसके कारण गरीब के घर में सीधा सीधा रोजगारी का संबंध जुड़ गया है। मैं फिर एक बार आग्रह करूंगा, खादी का जो अभियान चला है उसको हम और आगे चलाएं और बढ़ाएं। खादी खरीद करके गरीब के घर में दिवाली का दिया जलाएं। इस भाव को लेकर के हम काम करें। हमारे देश के गरीब को इस कार्य से एक ताकत मिलेगी और हमें करना चाहिए।
So what do you think? Hasn't this been a 2-decade-long journey with the people reaching one milestone after another under a dynamic leadership? Cleanliness, innovation, and planning ahead. These have been some of the constant values in all Narendra Modi-led government. Even when they might seem trivial and simple, these values actually have a resounding impact, more so in the national context. It is therefore no surprise that policies drafted by a Modi-led administration are designed to give maximum benefits to those who need them the most. In a country with over 1 billion citizens, inclusion, welfare, participation, and basic provisions are no joke. Which is why for Prime Minister Modi, they seem to be one of the top priorities, for his has always been an administration where the people get the first preference. Always have and always will. Dhanyavad and Namaste.